How are you, my friends? I'm here sipping a green tea before my workout. How are you all doing? That's it. So let's share something that might inspire you to start moving your body, to start also feeling and getting more integrated inside your body. I've been working out since 1988, so I am actually in my 55. Oops. I am actually in my 55th year on the planet, and working out and everything that surrounds it, speaking of nutrition, recovery, has been something that I never wanted to abandon. Why? Because it feels great. Feels great, and it's something that revolves around the body. And if we look at our existence, our life on the planet, what are we here with? We are here with the body. So what is more important than the body? Nothing. So everything in my day revolves around the body, and I decided that my body is my number one occupation, and then everything else will be around to support it. And by doing this, of course, I have made so far renounces, and I never wanted to engage in a 9 to 5. I never wanted to engage in a career. I really not interested in that. And what I wanted to do is just feeling great, feeling fantastic. And that came throughout the years when I started also integrating my creator consciousness. And at that point, I really let go, I started letting go of the baggage that was imposed on me, even unconsciously, from the family monad, from school, from society, from all the people that have been sharing their experiences, and that I have been watching and looking throughout my experience, throughout my journey. And those kind of experiences, what everybody else is doing, is something that obviously can affect the way you live on the planet. It will affect it because everybody is doing something similar, and even you will start to do something similar. They will grow little by little by being exposed to the message. But now we want to deliver another message, because when you wake up to your creator consciousness, you realize that you are not them, which means now you are just able to redecide what is important for you, and you are able to redecide why you do what you do when you do it, and you are able to redecide the way you walk your journey, the way you fill up your live stream. Nobody is forcing me to inhale those particles of oxygenation that are so freely donated from the abundant universe, and thus then I am the one that decides how to move and how to relate with anything that is presenting. And over time, throughout all my experiences, the baseline, the stuff that was steady since 1988 was exercise. But I was doing it for mentally for reasons that are not exactly the reasons for I do it now. Of course, the body makes it easy to accept this kind of stuff because it feels really good, no matter which are the reasons that are moving you. Because when you move the body, of course, you do what the body is made for doing. And but in the beginning it was about being more accepted into society, fitting those standards of look and stuff like that, to ultimately feel more accepted in many different levels. We all, for example, on a main structure, I'd be lying if I say that we didn't start to get laid, and because that was the concept that was perpetuated in the collective through all the messages, through the media, and through the friends at school. You had to look a certain way to possibly get laid. So that's why we started. So not forgetting why we started in 1988, especially when we came through a physicality that didn't match the standard of beauty of the time, the standard of acceptance and recognition of the time. So we started for that, but over time, of course, you realize that you not necessarily get that, and but what you get so much more, because you start feeling to have something that is very meaningful for you, something to work for, to enjoy, and something that is just in your hands, which means when you start working out, you don't depend on what anybody else is doing. You're just using your body for doing what is better for you, and that builds up a lot of confidence and builds up a lot of dedication, capability, a lot of focus that you can do a certain things with your life. You actually have something that is meaningful for you, and that goes and goes and goes, and you build your so-called career in the gym, and you start training your body, because there is nothing else that you want to do, honestly, more than that. Then it might happen that you wake up on the planet. At that point you wake up to your creator consciousness. Something might happen that is affecting all the other stuff that are extracurricular, and you would like to enjoy more of those extracurricular stuff besides doing your training, and something happens, and you may feel that you're not getting that, and all of a sudden you can wake up, because you start making yourself a question, and the question is how can I create my life? How can I create my reality? You start listening to this voice that presents to you, there is a way, you are the creator of your reality. And then when this happens, you start waking up because you start searching, and maybe in the beginning you start practicing the meditation. That is the one that will help in the beginning to separate from all the noise that is around. And it's a very valuable tool that will help you quiet your mind, although the mind will still be chatting there, but you are not paying attention to it. As you pump the muscle, you also pump your peaceful attitude, your peaceful presence to be still. You train your stillness just by following the breath, one breath at a time. And so doing, you start becoming an expert in meditation and an expert on excluding, so to speak, and making yourself in this bubble of separation from all the noise that is happening around. But I promise, even if you do that, at some point there will be times in which the noise will be so harsh and the people around you will be so harsh that you will want even to protect your bubble of peace. You want to protect that stillness. And after a while, you realize that that stillness is not something that you acquire, but that stillness is you. And the stillness being you, how can you have that stillness? And then when you truly wake up, you realize that the stillness that it is you can have accessible all the time when you do one simple things. And I'm gonna tell you, you know which is the very one and only one thing that will give you constant access to that stillness and peace. It is the lack of judgment. When you drop judgment, you're gonna be able to flow in any and all situations with any and all people. Let's say you have very angry people around. Let's say you have very judgmental people around. If you can stand in front of them without judging them, whatever they say, it is not personal. You do not judge it. It is what it is. It is total neutrality. When you do that, at that point you will be always at peace. Because when you have that, you don't have to fight for it. Because if you pretend that there is no noise around you, then it's something you have to protect, something that you have to have a space where you can really focus out of those kind of situations, and maybe going to live on a mountain or close yourself in a house. I've done it in the house specifically. And but the reality is you're gonna start really mastering how it is to be you and regretting you when you go out and you are able to stay inside the society but without being of the society. You are in the world but you are not of it. So the number one thing is the absence of judgment, and it's the only one that will give you the freedom, the absolute freedom to walk on the planet without being affected by anything and always experience your natural serene energy. And so far I don't see anyone in the life, but I am very aware that at some point there will be those that will find this dream and that it will make a difference in their life. If anything, it's making a difference in my life because it gives me another opportunity to express, which I do constantly by default throughout the day. Because now that I am aware to be a conduit of light, to be beautiful candle of light, then No man, no woman, nothing can shut, no outside event can shut. I'm totally aware that whenever I go through the planet, wherever I go and wherever I walk my ride and my way and my walk, I'm always shining this light. I'm always assisting with this light, because light has a frequency, and the more it is integrated inside your physicality, the more it will affect the surrounding. It's like when you go bonify a certain area, it happens because you bring your frequency that are above the mainstream frequency. You don't do anything, you're just walking, and those frequencies are uplifting the frequencies that are around without anyone knowing anything. It is not deliberate, it's just ingrained in your essence and just ingrained in you being you. So let's just now take a beautiful breath, hold, and release it super slow. That's the breath that you have always available. You're so abundant. I am so abundant that the mind will never recognize this, but the oxygen is free from the whole universe. That's how abundant we are. So if you have any comment when I post this video, you can drop your comment, and I will answer to your questions, of course. And meanwhile, happy journey on the planet, okay? Or whatever way you prefer to live, to enjoy, to walk your journey on the planet. Namaste.